Hello everyone, Michael Klein here. This is my case study overview. The topic is safety and security using operational standard checklist. The abstract. The case study discusses the managerial leadership topics of school safety and the use of operational standard checklists to ensure the safety of a school community. This case study will show the failure of implementing the proper protocol and procedures during a code red lockdown emergency drill on a school campus. Some of the research. The successful learning consists of a nurturing and safe environment where students are not worrying if their school is the next to fall victim of a senseless crisis. Crisis management and the focus on school safety is a relatively new focus in the realm of education. Since the late 90s, the Columbine incident in 1999, school safety has really became mainstream for the past 19 years, and it is very difficult to prepare for. Since that event in the 1990s, 71% of parents felt that the Columbine shooting had changed their view on how safe their children were at school. The U.S. Department of Education states that crises range in the scope of intensity from incidents that directly or indirectly affect a single student to ones that impact the entire community. A crisis on a school campus can occur before school, during school, after school, or in the general community, and it is necessary for a school's administrative team to be flexible and fluid in all their actions while dealing and planning for a crisis. Also, the U.S. Department of Education mentions that school shootings, threatened or actual, are extremely rare but are horrific and chilling when they occur. So, some studies have actually showed that the actual event of a school crisis is very rare, but in the event that it does happen, it is extremely um, affecting and bone chilling for students and the community itself because you never know when it's going to happen. So, when planning for a crisis on a school campus, the administrative team must understand that this is a multi level plan that involves classrooms, school plans, district plans, and community plans. A school crisis management plan should be conceived as a living document, meaning that it should be updated all the time, year to year, month to month, sometimes day to day, as you practice these procedures and these protocols. You might see one time during a fire drill that it's not working. So you need to implement, you need to be able to adapt to the actual situation so you are better prepared for an actual event of a fire and so on, or a actual lockdown. And also communication between the staff, communication with the students, communication with each other and the community is extremely important. We need to identify all key stakeholders, anticipate difficult questions of the media, policies, equipment, and communication pathways. So the overview of my case study. So when focusing on the context, I named the middle school as Franklin Fitch Middle School. It's a brand new school, very similar to the school in which I work at. It opened its doors in August of 2018-19, the academic school year. Mr. Burke is the head principal. Ms. Dome is the assistant principal. She's a first year assistant principal, and they are faced with implementing safety and security protocols and procedures for the entire school. So during the actual case study, they are unaware of certain events, certain operational standard checklists that they have to be involved with to maintain the actual security of the school. Complexity. During the case study, the administrators faced adversity when the first code red lockdown drills goes very poorly. The viewpoints from each character shed light on the importance of implementing a plan for all crises. So this includes Mr. Burke, Miss Dome, Mr. Williams, which is part of the safety team for the district level. Mr. Brown, he's a substitute teacher. He's not sure what to do with his students when the code red lockdown is called. Miss Russo, she's a concerned parent when her student comes home and explains that, we had a code red lockdown. I was stuck in the hallway. I didn't know what to do. And so a crisis planning and the operational standard checklist for security and safety. It takes a lot of planning and practice with implementing safety and security protocols and procedures at a new school. We have to practice. You have to be prepared for a crisis. Relevance. The importance of using operational standard checklists to help maintain the safety and security of a school. Um, that's what all the research, all the study shows, that we must be prepared. The resolution for the actual case study. So Mr. Burke and Ms. Dome realized that they need to obtain the proper emergency operation standard checklist, such as the emergency operation plans, the first aid plan. That way they have all first responders set in place, and so on. They need to review and reinforce proper protocols with the staff and the students. This could be done during professional development days. This could be done during any remediation days, and so on. They will create a shared drive where all safety plans, maps, review of where they need to go in the event of a fire drill, tornado drill. So there's a shared drive where they're able to, all the staff members are able to locate this information. They need to meet with the district security team to actually realize or understand what they need to do in order to maintain safety at their new school. They will create a safety task force. They will practice tabletop exercises, require staff to place emergency protocols and procedures for substitute teachers, communicate with each other as well as the community. This could be simply as the Mr. Burke calling the parents on all calls. They can tweet, they can use Facebook, emails, and so on, as well as intervention teams for students' well-being, because the research shows that it's very difficult to actually pinpoint a student that is capable of using these dangerous effects for a lockdown drill or a school shooting or a crisis event. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye.